It was definitely a complete night bus. We got a glimmer of daylight when we arrived in New York City, but the whole trip was basically at night.
大家好，終於都嚟到8萬公里海陸之旅嘅第一日。講一講我哋今次旅程嘅概要先。我哋今次會由加拿大出發，全程以海路同陸路嘅方式，唔搭飛機返香港。途中會去唔同嘅地方，再睇一睇佢哋嘅世界文化遺產 UNESCO World Heritage Site。響呢個旅程嘅第一章，我哋會由加拿大出發，先去 New York，再搭船去英國，然後喺歐洲逗留幾個月，再出發去中亞地區，經大陸再返香港。預計第一章嘅旅程應該會喺2024年11月抵達香港。
呢個 Well Vagabonding 頻道係我哋小試牛刀，試試記錄我哋由多倫多唔搭飛機返香港嘅過程，希望大家多多支持。
好啦，旅程概要就講到呢度先。今次呢段片想同大家分享一下我哋第一日做咗啲乜嘢。我哋由加拿大安大略省桂湖出發，坐巴士同火車抵達多倫多 Union Station。
We've made it to Union Station from Guelph Central. So this is the main concourse and probably the most historic part of the building. And we're going to be work our way over to the brand new bus station attached to the Union here, and from there we'll be catching our night bus, which will take us to Penn Station, New York City, New York State.
Yeah.
So so I just wanted to update that that's where we are right at this time.
We're ready for New York here at 2200 hours, but we couldn't help but notice there's a 21:15 direct to London. Pretty awesome. I don't know why we're taking this cruise, why we're sailing on the ocean liner. We can just go straight to London.
And it is a mega bus too.
A megabus.
Mega bus is like UK from UK.
Megabus is from UK.
Yeah.
Fascinating. I have to look more into this. Zone C. I have a funny feeling it's not actually going to London, UK.
Is it
Possibly London, Ontario.
之後由 Union Station 坐過夜巴士 Overnight Bus 去 New York。坐 Overnight Bus 去 New York 都係第一次，我哋選擇咗坐一間巴士公司叫 Flixbus， 大約100蚊加幣左右，坐10個鐘就去到 New York， 即係夜晚10點開始出發，第二日朝頭早擘大眼8點3就會去到 New York， 慳返一晚酒店錢，其實都係一個唔錯嘅選擇。架巴士其實設備都非常之齊全，有廁所、叉電插頭等等。我哋當晚搭嗰架巴士都有80% 滿座，所以非常建議大家加少少錢預留座位，咁就會揀到心儀嘅座位，唔使同人哋爭。準時10點開車。凌晨12點就會去到位於 Niagara Falls 嘅關口，過關全車人落車，但唔需要攞晒大型行李過關，全程大約用咗30分鐘左右。如果大家係用美國簽證搭呢架 Overnight Bus 嘅話，提一提大家記得喺上車之前做好一個過境 permit， 因為以美國簽證過陸路境係需要一個陸路嘅 permit 嘅。我今次就唔需要，因為今次我係用加拿大護照過關，但上一次我仲未有加拿大護照嘅時候，就用特區護照裏面嘅美國簽證過境，跟住就俾個關員問我有冇 permit， 點知就捉咗我去另外一個房間，就話要有一個 overland 嘅 permit， 所以記得如果大家用美國簽證過美國陸路境嘅話，記得要申請呢個 permit 啦。上返車之後，架車中途仲會有幾個站，不過大家都應該會瞓着咗，唔知佢停過車。 架巴士預計第二朝早8:3就會到達位於紐約 Penn Station 附近嘅巴士站，但當晚個司機叔叔手車非常勁，響高速公路上奔馳，我哋足足早咗1個鐘頭到達 New York。如果你哋計劃緊窮遊去 New York 嘅話，其實 overnight bus 都係一個唔錯嘅選擇。提一提大家，除咗 Flixbus 之外，其實仲有另一間公司營運由加拿大多倫多去 New York 嘅夜車，嗰間公司叫做 Trailway。我都係去到 Union Station 嘅時候先至知道，詳細請留意下面嘅 description 嘅連結。
Good morning, New York.
New York.
And yes, we are in New York. We have made it. So I guess we're just going to give a quick review of the night bus from Toronto. So basically, it's a night bus, and we were leaving Toronto in the winter. So yeah, it's dark. So we'll superimpose a black screen so you can get an idea of what we saw. But it was definitely a complete night bus. We got a glimmer of daylight when we arrived in New York City, but the whole trip was basically at night. So we give the review now. We're not obviously in the night bus. We're in our hotel the next day. And so basically, the reason for the review now is to give you our honest opinions on that bus. So I guess the reason we took the bus, to be honest, is for budget travelers, and we didn't have to pay for a hotel in New York City if we took the night bus and arrived first thing in the morning. It worked. It did work.
Because it is really good use of the time if you are energetic enough.
If you're energetic enough, I don't.
Because the bus start in Toronto at 10 p.m. and then when you arrive in New York City, it is 8 or something in the morning.
Yeah.
So in theory, you can just carry your backpack and then head out to do something.
Yes,
so,
exactly.
Like
you get the whole day, just like you would if you had stayed in the hotel here and came. I don't know if you flew in or drove in the day before. And stayed in the hotel and then woke up at 7 and then start your day. Yeah. It's the exact same amount of time to use for that day.
And the bus is just around 100 Canadian dollar.
Yeah. So $100, but you get your transportation in
and
there.
accommodation.
Both. So you're good. As far as the quality of sleep, I would say it was so-so. You have to do a border check at midnight. You're definitely up for that. That takes about 30 minutes in our case, our bus case. So it was pretty smooth. I'm not going to say that was complicated or difficult. It was a very comfortable, smooth transition from Canada, U.S. through the border. It was, but that's midnight, so you're not going to be really sleeping for sure until after midnight. Then after midnight was good. The driver, just gently said to everyone, turn off the devices. Like if you can't find earphones, keep it to yourself as far as sound. So after that, it was quiet. I gotta say, for the most part, there's a couple guys chatting next to us, but nothing spectacular. So we were able to sleep. Now I could see there'd be a challenge. You get someone in there who's not very courteous, and that could easily be a challenge. We had easily a full bus. Well, not a full bus. I guess there was 6 or 7 empty seats, but
I think 90%.
90% full.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people. So all it takes is one to make it unpleasant because you're basically all trying to sleep within 4 or 5 meters of each other.
And
the seats were not. We've been on buses all over the world. We've seen very luxurious seat arrangements in buses, especially night buses. But these seats were pretty much your standard coach seat. That you would ride during the day, but you're trying to sleep on it. So that was a little bit disappointing. They can take a few lessons from some of the South American vehicles we've been in, which are far more luxurious seating. But that's not saying it was bad. It was just that's the standard seat here. So we did sleep a little here and there through the night. It was pretty good. Our driver was obviously a former NASCAR driver, so he was really good. He was about 120 average.
I would say
no, I don't know if I should say that, but he seemed to be moving quickly.
I would say that your sleep quality is also depending on how the bus driver drive.
Yeah, that's
because
true.
like our bus driver is good.
Oh, he's a good
Yeah,
driver. Don't
but-
get me wrong, he's good.
But
Yeah.
he is really fast.
At times, yes.
Yes, at times. So
Yeah, yeah.
so that's why
I don't want to get him in trouble.
No. He is good, but he is like very fast. So the good point is we arrive in New York City like more than an hour earlier.
Yeah.
So we arrived at 8:15. I think we arrived at 7:15.
Yeah. And I think that's because he knew very well if he can get 20 minutes faster on the highway,
Yeah.
he can miss the traffic and save another half hour in the city.
Yes.
And I think he was pretty successful at doing
Yes.
this. So yeah, no. Shout out to him. He did a great job.
Yeah.
But obviously, when you're changing lanes a little quicker or
Yeah.
a little that, you feel that when you're trying to sleep.
Yeah,
So,
just wear your seatbelt.
yeah, wear your seatbelt.
Yeah.
And you'll sleep fine.
Yeah, and close your eyes, and then
Yeah,
just
yeah.
let him do his thing.
So that's our few things about the bus. Otherwise, the terminal in Toronto is great.
Great, yeah.
Super clean, lots of facilities. Like as far as you got your washrooms.
Yeah.
It's attached to the stadium there, so it's all indoor. Really modern. On the New York side, it's
just-
basically street parking.
Yeah.
And they let you out next to
Penn Station.
Penn Station.
Yeah.
And so there's a big indoor area that one can go into it, but I don't know what the deal is there.
No,
but
but-
basically you're let out onto the street, and then you fend for yourself in New York. No, it's civilized.
You
It's
just find your way.
It's just find your
That's
way
fine,
at
yeah.
that point. But basically that was the general gist of it.
好啦，今日就分享到呢度先。如果大家有興趣緊貼我哋嘅旅程嘅話，記得 subscribe 呢個 World Vagabonding Channel 或者 like 呢段片都可以㗎。下次再見。